LeBry business. Her inspiring story is filled with hope, but yet lifting her up above some challenges, some really challenges of life. But it was really her passion, determination, and her belief that kept her dreams moving forward and having the dream of having a joyful life become a reality. Here from Huntsburg, Ohio, to share her inspiring journey, please welcome from Charity Cheetah's Soaring Wings of Hope team, brand new manager, Michelle Long.
Hello, you lovely, LeBry-loving rock star empire builders. Hasn't this been amazing leadership? This is my first leadership. Thank you so much for doing this for us. This has been amazing. I'm excited to be with you all the way from Northeast Ohio, where I live with my husband, Nathan, and 2 of our 4 children. After 5 years of very quiet, very self-centered, almost responsibility-free married life, we met our twins, Silas and Titus, in the hospital when they were just 24 hours old. Just a second. So there we are in the hospital. And then, this is our 22-year-old daughter, Hadassah. People are always telling us that we look just alike. Or they ask my husband which one of us is his wife and which one of us is his daughter. That is some pretty amazing LeBry, right? We get a lot of good laughs about it. Now, just to clarify, I was only 15 years old when our daughter was born. However, I had never met this beautiful young lady until my husband and I did what is called orphan hosting of her and her biological brother the summer that she was 15 years old. This face is the reason that I know LeBry exists, and I will tell you that story in just a minute. My husband is currently the pastor of a tiny church in Cortland, Ohio, as well as a full-time missionary to fatherless children from hard places, and the volunteer chairman of an emergency shelter and rescue mission for those experiencing homelessness in our county. We also facilitate a support group for foster and adoptive families in surrounding communities, and I homeschool our 8-year-old twins. We stay just a little bit busy. A few months after we brought our twins home from the hospital and completed their adoption, completely by surprise, God miraculously led us to host and ultimately adopt Hadassah and her 14-year-old brother, who we named Isaac. They had grown up in an orphanage in Ukraine, where from a very young age, they had been consistently deprived of unconditional love, guidance and boundary of families, and committed protective parents. Here's our family soon after we brought our teenage children home to join us and our 2-year-old twins. Let me tell you, when God decides to build a family, He gets it done. After several years of marriage, we went from 0 children to 4 high-need children in less than 2 years. Talk about being suddenly, utterly, and completely overwhelmed. My LeBry story began almost 2 years ago, about 4 years after we adopted our teenagers. You see, though our newly adopted teenagers did well learning to speak English and how to live and interact in a family for the first time, it was still very stressful for them to adjust to such a new and unfamiliar life and mostly new diet. Our daughter's body went crazy from the inside out. She developed horrible, ugly, very painful cystic acne all over her face, neck, chest, arms, and all the way down her back. Though the acne boils were highly painful while they were most active, the part that plagued her the greatest was the huge, deep scars that they left behind. After a couple of years of trying everything we could to improve the appearance of her skin, my dear friend Charity Cheetah came from Kentucky to Northern Ohio to visit us and gave my daughter and I our first Labri facial. This non-face washing, exhausted homeschooling mama of 4 was shocked how my skin felt. My daughter began looking through the catalog and said, "Mom, maybe this is something unlike all the other things that we've tried that can actually help my scars." The next day, my husband and I decided that a consultant discount to get Hadassah the products that she needed seemed like the smartest way to go. I also began rolling around ideas of telling some other people about Labri. If I was able to make enough money to be able to also buy Labri for myself, and my skin felt this good every time I got to use it, I might actually wash my face every day. In my first few weeks, I was able to push myself to connect with enough ladies in my new community where I had nearly no friends and 0 family to close 10 qualified home shows, sell over $3,500 of Labri, earn a full refund for my starter kit, and I'm a huge bargain shopper, and earn more than enough commission to confidently pay right away to attend convention that summer. On top of all of that, I earned a beautiful 10% show me the money bonus of over $350. I was shocked and so excited with my success. I've been praying for months to find a way to earn some extra income for my family from home while homeschooling my children. Everything with this unexpected new business seemed so perfect and going great until my husband and I began the huge home foundation repair and building project that needed our immediate attention. Our spring and summer season in Northeast Ohio is extremely short. We were doing all of the work with our own hands, and if we hoped to complete our project before rain, cold, and snow set in, we had to dedicate every moment, almost every day, to getting the project completed as quickly as humanly possible. I was completely unable to dedicate time to the growth of my Labri business. I sold a few skincare sets here and there, but I felt like my business had almost died. And more than the discouragement of the loss of momentum, I missed the therapeutic distraction and healing personal growth and satisfaction that I had experienced connecting with new ladies in the friendly, warm setting of home shows, which felt impossible to initiate now that extra time was something that I must dedicate to our home repair project. As disappointed as I felt, I refused to give up on being a business builder. I refused to abandon all the possibilities for life changes that it meant for me and my family. I began listening daily to previously recorded training with my distant upline, Gina Legalvo, and other successful consultants. I listened while holding boards for my husband as we labored together hour after hour, day after day, or while using a nail gun to stabilize the boards of the wraparound porch and the sunroom that we began constructing. I listened and took mental notes while carrying half package after half package of roofing shingles up the ladder to help speed up our work as we raced against time. While we worked, I jabbered enthusiastically to my husband and daughter about everything I was learning about being successful with Labri. I had no idea that my husband was observing my continued excitement and passion burning in my heart for the opportunity these products and company presented to change our labor-dominated lives. I also consistently chatted back and forth over Marco Polo with my sponsor and my executive manager at the time, learning and getting encouragement, guidance, and feedback from them. My husband observed my undying need to keep hope of an easier lifestyle alive and burning in my heart for 4 long months during construction. A few months after completing our home project, while in a conversation with a fellow husband and father, he mentioned my products and accidentally landed me a husband-wife Valentine's Day pampering session that broke my 9-month stretch of famine as a business builder. That one husband-wife pampering session led me to the largest in-home gathering I had ever had up to that point. Multiple bookings, which then led to many, many more bookings and one-on-one sessions, lots of new customers, and newly sponsored consultants who began joining me to share LeBri. In less than 2 years of being a LeBri consultant, the rewards that I have experienced being a part of this community have already been vast and life-changing. One of the main benefits I began experiencing in the very beginning was how therapeutic and healing it was for me to have a legitimate, responsible, unselfish reason to be away from my highly stressful, highly trauma-impacting home environment for a few hours, a few times a month. The interaction with other people who were happy to see me, and especially the kind words and grateful comments that I was getting at LeBri gatherings, was a life-giving experience that I had been deprived of for many years. It was extremely healing for my very wounded, very traumatized heart. Daily, during those 5 post-adoptive years, I felt like a constant failure. I grew to feel unlovable and always coming up short at the adoptive mission that I had undertaken. Being a consultant has reminded me and reassured me again and again, with God's help and His blessing, I can be successful at something that I undertake. It has reminded me that I am a person that is capable of making new friends, and that I really am a person that people like and want to spend time with. Being a LeBri consultant has proven to me that not giving up is a good thing. That with some things in life, commitment, dedication, and consistency can bring you far greater success faster than you dreamed possible. I would like to leave you with 3 insights. Share your passion and dreams for LeBri. 1 Valentine's Day husband-wife pampering session may be your new beginning. You never know who's hearing you and whose heart you might unintentionally ignite. 2, reach out for help. In the most hopeless times, it was the unwavering consistency and kind, helpful support of others ahead of me and beside me who I was able to relentlessly go to during those many months of famine, to receive strength, inspiration, encouragement, training, and advice that kept my hope alive and inspired me not to stop dreaming and believing for the future. If you have mentored me in any way intentionally or unintentionally, thank you so much. I truly owe my forbearance during those almost dead months of my business journey to you. I'm grateful that the Lord placed you where I needed you to be when I needed you to be there. 3, refuse to give up. It's just like skin flushing. If you don't push through the uncertain times, you will never get to see the beautiful things that might have happened on the other side of what felt so hopeless, chaotic, or empty. I'm so excited to see what the next 5 years hold for each of us and our families because of our LeBride journeys. I wish you all much success and fulfillment, and I can't wait to see each of you at convention. I'm sure I will have lots of photos of my very first grandchild that Hadassah is expecting to give birth to in June of this year.